Hey guys, this is a quick revision for those people looking at foundation exam past papers. This is from the Edexcel 2023 and obviously it's a new calculator. So we're going to have to use our understanding to solve these questions. So, being you guys hate maths and you've come to me to simplify it as best as possible, I'm going to show you one way of doing this. Now, not a lot of people do this, but I like it because it reminds me of my favourite food, Kentucky Fried Chicken. So to solve this, we have to get it into multiplication form. And to do that, we're going to use a little trick called KFC. So it's keep, change, flip. I say KFC, for this it's KCF. That's how I remember it. So that means keep. So we're going to keep our fraction the same. So it's just going to look exactly the same. Change. This means we're going to change the divide into a times. And flip means we're going to flip the fraction. So instead of 1 over 6, it becomes 6 over 1. Right, now we can solve it. So we have 3 times 6 is 18. 5 times 1 is 5. But it's asking us to give our answer as a mixed number. So how many times is 5 go into 18? Wow, it goes 3 times because 3 times 5 is 15. Remember, we keep the denominator the same. What we got left, we've got 3 left. And we can't simplify this, so our answer is 3 over 3/5. Now, look at my video on how to convert these. I've got one, and I think it's really good. So, watch that if you don't understand this. Next, identity question and volume. People look at these on foundation and have no idea what he's talking about, so I'm going to go through this with you. So a piece of glass has a mass of 27 grams and a volume of 10 centimetres cubed. That should be up there. Work out the density of the piece of glass. So you need to know your formula. Like we do with the circles or anything else, there's going to be a formula for this. And to find the density of something, so I'm not sure this will be on your exam paper, is the mass. So to find the density, you have to find the mass, which should be in the question, which it is, and you're going to put that all over the volume. So that is our formula. And remember, a formula never changes. So if you can try and remember this, revise this, you will be able to pick this apart because it's actually asking you to work the density. So to work the density, we need the mass, which we've got, which is 27. And we're going to divide it by the volume because that's what it's telling us to do, which is 10. And we're going to divide that and it comes to 2.7 and it will be in GCM cubed. Now this unit will be written for you. You just put your answer next to it on the exam paper. Okay? So that's how you solve it. It's all about knowing the formula. This will be mixed as well to find the mass. You might have to do something with the density and the volume. I will make sure that I pick apart questions like that on the quick revision. I'll make a note of that. So that's the density. The next one, basic good old-fashioned substitution. V equals 3r minus q. We've got our r, which is -3, and we've got our q, which is 3. Put it all together as we're doing substitution. Remember, substitution, we're just plugging in what it's asking us. So we know that r is minus 3, so this becomes 3 times minus 3. And we know that q is a positive 2. V equals. So solve that. 3 times minus 3 is minus 9. Excuse me. Minus 2. So our answer, V, equals minus 11. How'd you find that? I've done them before on quick revision. It's all about substitution. Once you know how to plonk in our numbers for our letters, you can solve these. This is probably really one of the simple questions you're going to get on a foundation paper. So this question asks us to expand and simplify. So we've got 2 lots of brackets. This will be towards the end of a foundation paper, beginning of a higher. So we're going to times our brackets out to expand. So we've got 3x times 2x. So let's work on our numbers. 3 times 2 is 6. X times x is x squared. 3x times minus 5 is minus 15x. And then we're going to do 2 times 2x is plus 4x. And then we have 2 times minus 5 is minus 10. So we've got 6x squared, because it's asking us to simplify, we've expanded it. Minus 15x plus 4x is minus 11x minus 10. And that's the answer. Now, I do it in the brackets. That's how I do my algebra. You could have done it at the grid method, which some people are more comfortable with doing, which is absolutely fine. I've used the FOIL method. So if you go back to one of my videos, I've got a video actually showing you how to do the grid method and doing a comparison between the two. You do you. You do whatever you feel comfortable doing. So I just use the FOIL method. Okay. So this question is asking you to factorize, which is the opposite of expansion. So we're putting it back in the brackets. Now this x squared minus 16 is the difference of 2 squares. So we know we're going to put them in brackets. So this is going to be x times x. We know is x squared. And now we need to know what we can multiply to make minus 16. So I know it's 4 times 4, but we need a negative 16. So it's going to be plus 4 minus 4. Now, I'm happy with that answer, but I want to check it. And like I always tell you guys to do, check your answer. And then you know when you come out of the exam, you're going to feel comfortable that you got it right. And with factorization, we can always check our answer. So by grid method or FOIL, I'm going to check my answer. So that's x squared. So that matches. And then I'm going to do 4 times minus 4. Sorry, x times minus 4 is minus 4x. Same again. Same again. Okay, so now I've gone a little bit too far there. So now I know that x squared, and put the answer here, minus x, 4x plus 4x cancel each other out. And we've got minus 16. There we have it. So I know 100% I've got that answer right. And it's only a 1 marker. So you should have this knowledge. As I said, go back to my videos to check. So we checked some answer and I'm happy with that. So let's go to the next question. Small, this looks juicy. Steve is buying a car. Look at Steve. The car costs £12,000. Steve pays 25% of the cost as a deposit. He pays the rest of the cost in 20 monthly payments. So this is to be underlined. That's information, and that's information, I reckon. So let's put it all together. So what we need is to know what is 50% of £12,000. That would be my first thing to do. Remember, we have not got a calculator, so we are going to have to break it down. So we've got 12,000, and I want to find out 50% of that. Well, I know 50% of that, and you will know what 50% of that is 6,000, because it's literally half. So I found 50%, but it's asking 25% as a deposit. So now I'm going to do 6,000. It's going to be 3,000. It's going to be 25%. So now I've found 25%, which is £3,000. So Steve pays 25% of that, which we know is £3,000, as a deposit. So we're going to do 12,000 minus our deposit, 25%. Equals £9,000 to pay. And they want to pay 20, it's going to be 20 equal monthly payments. So all you're going to do is divide 9,000 by 20. So we can do £9,000 divided by 20 payments equals £450. So the answer is £450. Now, by the way, if you didn't know how to work that out, what I do is I go take off what I can of the decimals, and then all I did was a stop method. So I had 900 and I had 2 left. So 2's into 9 do not, sorry, they do go, and they go 4 times. 1 left over, 2's into 10, and 5. Add the 0. That's how I've got to £450. So each monthly payment is £450. Well, I hope you got that. That was just like a little quick revision on the topics that come up in the exam papers. This is an Edexcel 2023, like I said. So yeah, I hope this helps. Bye.